You know that moment when you leave the movie theater after seeing a movie, and you really want to tell someone about that movie? These are those moments. One, two, three. Hello, everybody.
We're here for Movies on the Move.
And we just saw Moonlight. I really liked this movie. I thought it was a true coming-of-age story, and
She loves coming of age films.
I love coming-of-age films. I almost wish that there was more of the main character, Chiron, as a child, because it was very engaging right from the start. The characters that are introduced are far from boring. It's constant relational development. I always love that.
It is structured in 3 parts. I forget what the 3 part is called, but basically it's like his childhood years, his teenage years, and his adult years. I would say they're kind of equally timed, but maybe the teenage years might be the longest of the 3. So again, I thought it was really good as well. I'm not going to say it's the best film of the year, but it might be the most important film of the year. And what I mean by that is the main theme of the film for this time period, I think is very important in getting to know yourself from a very early age, know who you are, where you are in society, and that no matter what like your sexual orientation is, no matter what your religion is, what your race is, that you belong in society, and you can't really let others dictate where you belong in society. You have to figure it out for yourself. So in that sense, I thought it was probably the most important movie of the year, at least that I've seen so far, and that it really dictates a whole journey of going through life, not really sure who you are, and really finding your way through all the trials and tribulations of life. So in that way, I thought it was really important. But I will say there was one part of the movie, or one thing in the movie, that I really didn't like.
Ooh, what part did you not like?
Well, it was not so much a part as something that wasn't shown.
There's a part of the plot that is left with a gap. You don't know how it happened, or when it happened, or how it affected the characters, because of these 3 parts. We went from part 1 to part 2, and between part 1 and part 2 there was something significant that happened that we didn't get to see, and it's actually very disappointing if you really liked that part of the film. That's all I'll say. You'll know right away once you see the movie and it goes into part 2. You're gonna know. You're gonna be like, hey, well, what happened there? I'm very picky when it comes to casting, and there's a character that you see in every 3 parts, every part, and his name is Kevin, and he's Chiron's friend. And I was confused when we went into part 2. I was confused as to whether that was the same character, because the actor looked absolutely nothing like the child we saw in part 1. So people might say, oh, who cares? Kids grow up, they change. But I was looking at his face, like you be the judge. Look up, here's the picture. Like, does this look like the same person? No. And then in part 3, it really does not look like the same person. And I had to stop and look up on my phone during the movie to see if this was the same person. Thank you, imdb.com, for confirming that, yes, this is Kevin, the same friend, the same important character.
But anyway, overall, the performances, if you're looking for good acting, it's very well acted. I would say the standout is probably Juan, who just won a SAG yesterday for supporting actor.
Woo! So did Viola Davis, by the way.
Okay,
go
that was a different video.
Follow up and watch our Fences review.
That was a different video. But I would say all the acting performances were well. What's her name? Janelle Monáe, who is like a singer, was in it. She was very good. There was a crack addict character who's also very good at playing a crack addict. Very good child, and 3 people that played Chiron, the main characters, were all very good.
Thumbs up. And I am impressed with that casting decision, each one of those casting decisions, because
what? All black people look the same?
no. I really like this poster image. It has a chunk of each one of their faces, and at a glance it's like, wait, am I looking at a child? Am I looking at a grown man? Am I looking at a teenager? I don't know, because it has each one of their faces in there, and it's all the same person. It all comes together. This is his story.
Alright, so obviously very, very into that poster image. So not just the poster image, what would you give the whole movie besides the poster image, 1 through 5?
I would give this movie a 4. I know we talked a lot about the beginning, but beginning, middle, and end, it was immediately engaging. The middle, his teen years, was so hard to watch, and I thought that was so appropriate because whose teen years are comfortable, and you know, he did not have an easy time at all. Throughout the whole film, we were seeing, I read this in a review that I looked at, throughout the beginning and the middle of the film, we were seeing, you know, days, maybe weeks, maybe months, and then at the end, we were in minutes, and we were following this character and waiting to see what was going to happen and how it was going to conclude. And I was on the edge of my seat the whole time. The ending was alright. It was alright. It didn't leave me amazed. Maybe that would have been the extra star that was missing. But other than that, it was a great film. Solid. I give it a 4 stars.
I also would give it 4 stars, for many of the same reasons. Very good structure, solid foundation, really set the character from immediately, told you who the character was, what his problems were, and all that stuff. Again, reason I put it down a star is the major thing that I thought was missing. And that was mainly the only major problem I had with it. Maybe there were maybe incy points that I thought were a little bit slow, but for the most part, I thought it moved pretty nicely.
Never slow.
So yeah, I guess we both give Moonlight a 4 out of 5 stars, and that's our review of Moonlight.
And I also want to say Janelle Monáe is freaking beautiful.
All right.
See you next time.